Scotty. Baby, I'm Scotty.
Sipping the conversation.
Okay.
My son-in-law be hooking it up, y'all.
That's it. That's what's up.
Yes, y'all like that? Hey.
But back to this old reciprocity thing.
Reciprocity.
When it comes to pimping and hoeing, you better have my money on time. You know what I'm saying? You better have my money on time. Not half, not some, but all my cash. Bitch better have my money in rain, sleet, or snow.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for the family that's tuning in, make sure you drop what you're drinking. You know, in the comments below, tell us how your day was. Tell us how your quarantine going. Sit back, enjoy the ride. We about to get into the show.
All right.
Absolutely. Ready?
Right.
So what we're talking about, Buddha?
We're talking about supporting black-owned businesses. Pros and cons. Pros and cons.
Pros
And cons.
and cons.
So, you know, that's a real interesting twist because, like, I feel, you know, that's what I really want to do. I want to support these black-owned businesses, but then there's some of them that got the game twisted.
Right.
Like, they got that sense of entitlement, sense of, you know, hey, man, I'm black and I'm proud, and I should be okay with just that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I should be okay with just that. And I'm not, man. I need quality. I need the quality experience. You know, like if I'm going to a more established place, they give me what I pay for.
Right.
I need to have that too. And I don't necessarily get that at all black stuff. There's some that do now. There's some that do.
Right.
I don't necessarily get that. Baby, what's your way in on it? I'm going to start right there.
Yeah, I mean, I love supporting black-owned businesses. I really do. I want to do more of it, right? And as best as I can, with what I can, I do try to, you know, I try to do my part. You know what I mean? However, some of the odds against many black-owned businesses is the disenfranchisement. Such a weird word. And I was talking with my girlfriend earlier. If I go to a black-owned business, it's usually not specifically for, you know, like it's not for my essentials.
Okay.
It's probably for the non-essentials. For example, well, let me finish. There's not enough of black-owned businesses that actually compete, because they can't, first of all, with stores like Walmart or even Family Dollar. I'm not even going on a Walmart level. Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar. Like, they got some basic things, small items, you know what I mean? Okay. Essentials can be essentials to somebody on a budget or whatever. And so when I look at the type of products and services that many of the black owned in my area, there's not a lot of grocery stores. You know, just stuff like that. So if I go to a black owned business, most likely it's most likely going to be a car wash. No, and it's nothing against it. It's just I'm limited in what I can do with a black owned business. It's I don't have no kids, so I don't need a daycare. I don't wear wigs. I don't need bundles. I like the lashes and stuff, but I can't go through always spending $20 and $30 for the lashes. You know, so I'm gonna go to Ulta and get 3 or 4 packs of lashes for the price that I would spend with the black-owned business. So that's some of the, I want to support them. And then for certain things, I will support. If I want that urban gear or, something specific to woman of color, man of color type thing, then I do try to participate and, patronize, I should say.
I'm with you. But I felt like when I heard what you're saying, and you didn't say anything wrong,
right?
But I thought it was like a real stigmata behind it. Like this is where this is where we at as a culture. As far as this is what we want to buy, sell. This is where we at. Like we're gonna sell wigs, we're gonna cut yards, we're gonna wash cars, we're gonna do press washer. But we're gonna sell urban wear, but we're not gonna do anything. I think that's really a geographical issue because I can't really speak for what's going on in Philly or what's going on over here or there because they're over there. They got bodegas on the corners.
But they're not black owned. Might be Africans. They're most likely of Latin descent.
I get what you're saying. But since I'm not there,
right?
I can't say yay or nay. All right, and in the restaurant. So, with that being said, we got to support we know what businesses they got. We got to support them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? On all fronts. Now, my issue is not the support part.
Right.
It's the reciprocity part. The return value part. What am I getting back out of this? If I walk in your establishment, am I getting top-notch service? Right?
Mm-hmm. How
they treating me at the door.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These are the things that I'm looking for when I'm about to spend my money. So when I go to the more commercial establishments,
there you go.
Go ahead,
Buddha.
Because I'm drinking and she challenges me to use my words and not slur. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, Buddha.
So when I go to these commercial establishments, there's already an expectation there, right?
Right.
So what I talked about earlier as far as a sense of entitlement, understanding that you should spend my money, I should spend my money there because I'm black and this is a black-owned establishment, right. But I'm not getting the return investment, that reciprocity that we talked about, because reciprocity comes in on more than one level, on more than one level. It doesn't always have to be money.
Right.
It can be acts of service and other things.
Right? Absolutely.
So I'm going to stay right there for a minute, baby.
Stay there for a second.
And let you come on in and say what the people say or whatever you want to do, baby.
What do people say? The people say quality experience without the attitude.
Absolutely. That's what
pros, black. Mm-hmm. That's a pro, just being black. Con, our community doesn't understand money. Exactly. Right? The lack of black wealth is the biggest challenge in every facet of this conversation. Absolutely. Black businesses and customers are no different than other nationality businesses. The wealth to sustain. Maybe wealth is inaccurate, the economy. And so speaking of sustain, one of the other issues that I have, and of course this is in all businesses and things like that, but we're speaking specifically tonight about supporting and patronizing black-owned businesses. So one of the other issues I have is the lack of sustainability. They actually may be doing pretty good. They got something going great and everything, but they can't compete, and so they can't sustain it long enough because price is going to always be an issue. They got to go to Sam's Club, the wholesale store to get things versus a company of similarity. They go and buy in bulk because what's happening, why they buy in bulk is because 3-4 of the same types of companies, they get together and they pool their monies together and they go and buy the whole trailer of products, right? So now when you get a whole trailer of products, you can afford to bring your prices down.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side of that, we as the black constituents patronizing the black-owned establishments, we have to change our mentality in that we need to not expect them to have lower prices or discounts because we black, like we people, or with your family and friends. We shouldn't be expecting for them, hey, hook me up. The hook, you know, you always got to get the hook up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you keep hooking them up, then you're not getting you are not getting the money so that you can sustain. So it's like, but it goes into what you said too about the literacy, financial literacy.
Yeah, I can see that as one part. But I'm gonna drop this out there. Maybe this may stick, maybe this don't. We are fighting hundreds and hundreds of years of subjugation. Right? Mm-hmm. So let's think about this, right? For 100 years, our ancestors, 100 or so years, how many long they've been in America, we have been beat down to think that white is right and black is wrong. Mm-hmm. All right? So the best things in life, the white people have. Hate to say it, I don't want to sound, but this is where we at. So that's kind of over time, it's still there. It's the underlining thing about how we live our life today. When we address each other, if I'm from the suburbs, he ain't down. Right. You know what I'm saying? He don't know the struggles because my mom and dad lived in the suburbs, but we got the same skin, right? Or he don't know the stripes. So that stuff transcends and comes through in business as well. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when you see, these commercial establishments, you automatically think what you getting from them is top notch.
Right.
You may not go to the African store down there where the girl put that whole elbow grease into making that curl, that curl, concoction that make your hair just glisten.
Right.
Because you don't know no better. Well, why are you thinking why you think the other stuff is better? Because you've been conditioned that way throughout your life, your parents' life, your grandparents' life, and what have you.
Right.
It was beat into you.
Yeah. I really would love, if I had the money and the resources or a team of people to pool monies together, I would love to see a grocery store. Or even a small store, you know what I mean? Like, buy back the block, go into the hood. Like, they used to have, like, what they call them? Meat stores in the hood, right? But a lot of them got, when the what is it called? I can't think of the name of the word right now. When they come in and they take over the neighborhood.
Oh, gentrification.
Gentrification. Good okay. God, I couldn't think of. Good job. Look at my baby. Woo, woo, woo.
That's your high school education.
So, when a lot of neighborhoods, black neighborhoods, were being gentrified, a lot of things, they started the process by boosting up the rents and, not doing different things. And so, of course, your mom and pop, you can't afford to have your rents increased, So next thing you know, they buy you out because it's cheaper to buy you out. And now you just take your money and you don't go open up another shop somewhere else.
Okay.
So I would love that in these neighborhoods, instead of me seeing a Family Dollar pop up, that all these money makers in your city and so forth, black, that they take that empty building and they make it something that could be utilized so that we can begin to generate the income in the neighborhood. At least one. See, that's this is my wish.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
This is my wish. I know in this area we do have a gas station. There's one gas station that I know about.
I'm not disagreeing.
And I think that's it.
I'm not necessarily disagreeing, but what I would say is we can do all that you just said and right, but then here comes the other side of that, right? Mm-hmm. So we think it's cool to go out there and sell dope.
They do that still?
we think it's cool to go out there and sell dope in front of our stores. You know, use this as a transaction.
Not
place.
our stores, any store.
If we in the hood, if we put the stuff in the hood, this is what they gonna do.
I don't think so.
Okay.
And why I say that is because, especially in this day and age, the reason why I'm saying in this day and age, first of all, I don't see very many people doing it. Period. In front of the stores. One, because I didn't know they were still doing it. Number one, I see more bums standing in front of the store than actual hustlers. I'm just saying.
Okay,
so,
I see it.
But
all.
I can't worry about that. I'll leave that to the community to police that because.
But they're not.
They will. You know, we don't know. You talking about they not.
They're not. I'm not saying they will. I'm saying they're not.
They will.
So, but here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Well, this is why I say that, right? So then you got our average Joe, average dude, going to ride up, and they might want to get something out of that store, but they're going to pass by because they don't want the headache. You know what I'm saying?
They will.
They'll pass by.
They'll police it.
Okay.
They will.
Okay. And then
I'd rather see them get this store than, and know, you know, and I love, hey, I'm going to patronize every business. Whatever convenient for me, I'm going in, okay? I'm going in. I'm going to go hard. But I'd rather, if I'm in my neighborhood, and you know what I'm saying, I want to go in the store and see me. You know what I mean? At least I know that because we know historically that monies are not being recirculated in those communities. They go and get the whole strip, other nationalities in your hood.
I feel you.
And so we got to be able to do something. We got to be able to change the narrative.
That's what I'm at.
Point blank, period.
So what some of the people say, baby? Because you don't want me to read.
What do people say? All right. They destroyed our community. Integration exacerbated that.
Yep.
Hookup is your profit and growth flying out the door.
Mm-hmm.
No, I haven't listened to that. Black Wall Street and other communities was like this. So I haven't seen the show, but I will look at that. What we should expect is good service first. And I agree with that. I want to have, when I patronize a black establishment, whether it's a beauty salon, nails, whatever services or products or services I'm patronizing from a black owned person, I must have customer service, quality customer service, or I'm gonna take my coins elsewhere. No differently than if I go to a 5-star restaurant.
Boy, I know that.
I don't cut the mustard with a 5-star restaurant. So I surely am not going to play no games with a person of color. Don't care. Don't discriminate. Okay. So let's get into it. At the bar and bar mitzvah, they are given stocks and money to invest. This is at the age of 12 and 13. It's a cultural issue. It really is. It's a big issue culturally within our culture. And the thing is, like you were saying, you know, with the Black Wall Street, there was the whole community, and we know what happened.
They destroyed it.
They destroyed it. We know that to be a bona fide fact, whether they want to bury it or not, it's a fact. However, we are now in a position, there's too many people of color with some coins that are not buying back the block. However, there are a ton that are. I know that. I mean, you got Master P, Luke, Percy. What's his last name? Forgot.
Miller. Come on.
Yes. Look, I don't know these people, but I know the name. Master P, Luke.
I don't know you that well. I'm gonna keep calling Mr. Master P.
Trick. These are just names that I know. They are doing things. I know, like T.I.'ve done little things, you know. So there's a lot that they are doing things, but what I don't see is supermarkets, pharmacies. Those are the things that we need in these communities. All right, go back. So salute to you and your brothers. All right, boom. On the system, they're white, Asian, and Middle Eastern able to operate
Go back up, baby. You missed one.
What?
Okay, so you hit the bar mitzvah part.
Got the bar mitzvah, butcher shops.
And what the man here say, Mr. Robert Hamilton.
Okay, my brother and I have a small store in Sanford. You are definitely right about this. We trying to buy the block, one piece at a time.
Okay, stop right there. Mr. Robert, I'm going to salute you. And when this quarantine is over, I'm coming to your store.
Yes. Put that information in. You know,
that's it.
I be scared coming to Sanford, but I come just to patronize now.
If I could do anything to liven that up, I'm sure you got business already going on, but if I could do anything to help you, then I'm going to do that because that's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to know that. And then it's so small, little needles in a haystack that we don't know that a lot of them exist.
But that's what gives confidence. So if you see one person successful, that should give the confidence for somebody else to become successful. But it's got to start with one foot before the other.
Okay.
Go ahead, baby.
No, you good. You finished?
Wasn't, but I can hear you.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So I think like another thing, because I experienced this classic time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm walking down Tampa and all those things where the Campus World Stadium is during the Classic. I see everybody having their shirts out. I see everybody, selling their product, and everything's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when I look at the ground, and when I look around, they throwing the shit on the goddamn ground. Where's our pride? See, we gotta have pride in the little things to protect our community. Because once the people leave that don't belong, it look like a pigsty.
Yeah, but it ain't the people that's there that do
but
it. That's all the events that go on.
I feel you, but here's my point to this, right? If you see somebody throw something on the ground, hey man, pick it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This is what if we trying to change the narrative, if we're trying to change the narrative, it's the little things. You can't start big all the time. You can't swing for the fences, man. We got to get there at the practice level and talk to the kids at the practice level. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So every little bit counts.
But I wouldn't compare the little starting small at an outside event.
I'm not saying
maybe in your neighborhood.
I'm not saying outside,
on your street.
But what I'm saying is, it's the taking pride part.
Yeah.
Is right. Taking pride part in your own shit. So if us as people don't even take pride in our own where we at and how we living, then you definitely ain't gonna support some black business the way they need to be supported.
I understand, but that starts in the home, right?
You're right.
So, all right. So, the question to finish off with that sentence was, it says, is not the system in which we black folks are afforded. We have a lot more loopholes to jump through. It's absolutely possible, but the playing field is not level. No, it's definitely not level, and unfortunately, you would have to join forces with someone of non-color in order to actually navigate through those loopholes, which shouldn't be even happening if it's a level playing field. When you go in there and you put your name on the paperwork, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You take me at face value, and instead of scrutinizing me and looking at my resume, ultimately my portfolio should be speaking for itself. But instead, you start nitpicking it or prolonging, and it just, then you become discouraged. But anybody that's trying to do something, whether it's us, you, or whomever catch this on the rewind, keep pushing. If you got to join forces with somebody of non-color, and you all strike a deal on the sidebar, write a little contract, get a contract with that person. Look, for 2 years, I'm going to let your name ride with me, but I'm going to be first. You be the co-signer or something like that. 2 years, I'm going to take your name off so that we can navigate through it. And I'm going to show you, by doing this, you're going to see how the playing field isn't level. First of all, that's gonna be a prime example, and then then you just flourish. You gotta do what you gotta do. So, all right, what else?
I got something right quick before we get back into the comments. Just came up an epiphany off the top of my dome just by using social media. Right?
Okay.
So we got all these people doing these TikToks. I'm a supporter. I made some of them. It's all good. So I'm going to challenge everybody who hears me. All right? Listen to what I'm about to say. So when you go into a black-owned establishment, record yourself. Say, hey, I just purchased something at this black-owned, name the name, then post it.
All right.
See, we post this type of stuff, and then let's create a buzz about what we're doing to help our community. So if one person do it, and then another person do it, then another person will do it, then it becomes a trend. Now we're doing it. That's something that I just thought about. When you get to that black-owned establishment, once you purchase, you come and, hey, man, listen, I was at blah, blah, blah.
Right.
It's a black-owned establishment. I just spent my money in here.
They gave me good service.
They gave me good service. Boom. Free advertisement, but it's showing the world what we trying to do.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? That's just a thought. Hit me if you
and that's wherever you at. I don't care if you're not in our area, in whatever area you're in. Let our voices be louder, and so we can recognize those things. That way, because like when you go somewhere, you go out of town, you'll be like, you know what, so and so mentioned this place. I want to try it out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I need to go check them out. You know what I mean? And so that's what it's really all about. And that's how that is the good to it, where when you putting out good service, now your prices probably won't be competitive. It's just going to is what it is. We know this to be true. But you also have to not try to rape your community either.
That part.
I know you got to stay in business, but at the same time, you have to also know that the chances are, if it's not foot traffic, somebody that got a vehicle probably going to go past your establishment and save $5.
Right.
$5 whole dollars. Now, if it's $1 or $2, all right, I'll probably, spend it with you. But you got to have the essentials that I'm actually needing, enough of it, or something. Because I know, like, even like in a small little community, and not too far from me, it's a non-color community. Okay, they have little boutiques, shops that have
plethora,
a nice selection of vegetarian, vegan, whole food type products from the different people in the community. The shelves, but people patronize them. And I know they spending a lot of money in that little strip plaza where they at, but people are still there because they do good business. They take on local people's like people that have make crafts and stuff like that, butters, face creams, soap, blah blah blah, wines and drinks and cupcakes and all that different kind of stuff. They are supporting. They have a store that basically have locals products that they're selling in there and other stuff, amongst other things. But it's a small place in this non-color community, and this is what they're doing. So I'm saying that to say these are things that in the communities of color, why can't we do something of similarity? And you know what I'm saying? So that's what always baffled me. All right, so what do people say? If you allow certain people to stand in
we sipping in conversation. Sipping in conversation.
Beat me up, Scotty. Beat me up, Scotty.
Sipping in conversation.